Welcome back, viewers. Today we will be testing the Annis high-low breakpoints oscillator. But before we do, if you have not watched our first video and the videos after that, you need to go do that now. At the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team. And as a team, we will all profit from it when we are done. You can find a link to the first video down below. You can also find a link to sign up for TradingView down below. If you use the link below, you will save a little bit of money. You can also find a link below to join us on Discord. Discord is a free group communication platform. On our Discord server, we are having great conversations about all things regarding trading. One of the biggest struggles on this channel is people who use other platforms like MT4 being able to follow along. Sometimes it can be hard to find the indicators we are using on other platforms. And so on our Discord server, I have created a channel for indicator creation. And on that channel, I pinned links to freelancers who can code indicators for MT or for TradingView. So if you don't want to create a TradingView account, you can hire a freelancer for a really small fee and have them code an indicator for the MT platform. Or if you are on TradingView and need an indicator created, something unique or an indicator for a system you have developed, you can also have them code PineScript. So use the link for either MT4 coding or use the link for PineScript. Lastly, I get a lot of people that are asking me for the entire list of all the winning indicators that we have tested to date. And whereas I am not a big proponent of gatekeeping information, I've put a lot of time and effort into creating the content on my YouTube channel. And so I don't think it is too much to ask for the viewers to go through and view the content that I've spent a lot of time creating. Now, if you are not interested in supporting our channel by going back and watching the content that I have created, then I have developed a solution for you. I've created a Patreon account. I will put a link to it down below in the description. If you sign up for Patreon and you sign up for the $9 a month account, I will send you the full list of tested and winning indicators to date. I will also send you an updated list of the indicators that we are testing at the end of each week. Now, of course, you have to stay subscribed to the $9 monthly subscription, to continue to receive the updated list of indicators. But that way it will provide me with the support that I need to continue to provide the free content that I am putting out for everybody to view. Now, if you just love the channel in general and want to support us, then there is also a lower, I think $3 Patreon subscription that you can sign up for that will also help support the channel and keep things going, so that way I can continue to produce the content and the open information that we are creating here in this channel and in our Discord server. Again, if you have not signed up for our Discord, then you need to do that as well. It is a absolutely free platform where we have real-time ability to chat and have conversations about trading. And again, if you want to support the channel with Patreon, then you can find the link down below in the description. Alright, as I said, today we will be testing the Annis high-low breakpoints oscillator. But before we do, I wanted to put the indicator scoreboard up for everyone to see. So to date, we have tested 152 indicators, and out of those 152 indicators, 63 of them have been winners, which means that they have met or exceeded the 60% win-loss ratio threshold that we have set for them. The best ones so far were able to achieve a 100% win rate. Now you need to go back and watch those videos to understand the context of how they were able to achieve that. But as we are working on building the best trading system possible, you could take any one of those 63 indicators and get out there and start potentially profitably trading the markets with them now. So go back and watch those videos, make a list of those indicators, and get out there and see what you can do with them. But stick with us here as we work on maximizing your trading profits. Alright, so today's indicator is the Anas High-Low Breakpoints Oscillator. It is a TradingView member created indicator, and so of course you can find a link to it down below in the description. The user part of their name is Anas, and so that's where the first part of the name comes from. The indicator itself really is the high-low breakpoints oscillator. And you can see it down here below on the screen. It's not a whole lot to it, and I've actually changed it and tweaked it just a little bit. If I do this, you can see this is how it looked originally on my screen. And so you have these bars, green and red. Let me go ahead and modify these slightly, bump up the line weight, bump up the opacity, change the color ever so slightly. Well, come on, if I can get it to 90. There we go. Alright, there we go. So that makes it a little bit more visible on screen. So like I said, we have these red bars and we have these green bars. And when the green bar appears to the top, that is a signal to go long. When the red bar appears to the bottom, that is a signal to go short. So like I said, not a whole lot to it, and that's pretty much how we will be testing it today. So before we get started, let's go ahead and mark off a few points here. Typically do this when we're going to keep an eye on price action. So we have our horizontal line here. We're going to start at the very tops of this range. I'm going to ignore this area because this was a massive, weird part in the chart here just because of this huge green candle that took place way back in 2015. So we're going to kind of just ignore that as a top point. We're going to kind of concentrate just on this part of the chart right here. So we've marked off the tops. Let's go ahead and mark off the bottoms right in this area, and then we can go back to the tops and we're looking for spikes. So we marked off basically the very bottom down here, which didn't need 2 points of contact. Now everywhere else we're looking for areas that have at least 2 points of contact into that area, some kind of noticeable reversal point. So we'll mark off this area right here. So you can see that it touched there, it touched there, it touched here. It kind of touched there, but that's a little bit uncertain, and it touched here. So multiple points of contact. Go back up to the top, and we will mark off that area. It was touched here, here, pretty much here. It kind of broke and then jumped back up and then touched here. And so this is kind of the method that you would go through if you were marking off support and resistance areas, the areas to keep an eye out for. And now that we have those kind of mapped out there, that'll give us some kind of idea or areas to keep an eye on when we are looking for price action. And there we go, we have a sharp push to the downside. I think that broke lower than any of these other And yes, it did. So it broke down lower than any of the other areas. Let's just go ahead and keep playing it forward. And price action is pushing down further and further. It does appear as though it was weakening. You can see how it had a pretty strong push down here. Wasn't a whole lot of really noticeable cycles within this move before it rolled on the underside here and then spiked back up to the top. We did have our first signal from our indicator right here, and it was a good trade. Definitely got us to take profit. Let's go ahead and continue to play this forward some. So now we've bounced up and we've come back down. We've gotten a short signal right here. Hasn't played out much yet. We're getting these pin bars to the downside, these long wicks, and that can sometimes be a kind of foreshadow to what price is getting ready to do. It's definitely not something you want to trade solely off of, but adding in other aspects or other conditions into the equation, then you can kind of increase your odds of turning something like this into a profitable trade just by watching price action. And so it pushed its way to the downside here. Our short signal worked out for us there. Definitely got the win on that one. And now price action is pushed pretty far to the downside now. It came up with this leg right here, then came down pretty sharp, stalled completely out right here. Then we have this long, really big engulfing candle right here, this green engulfing candle. That is usually a sign that price is getting ready to reverse. It's not a guarantee, but it's, like I said, definitely something to keep an eye out on, something to watch there, as price action is kind of giving a signal that looks like it wants to push to the upside with a lot of momentum. And it took a second there, but it eventually worked out to the upside. Did get a signal right here, but it looks like we may have, yeah, we got stopped out on that one, unfortunately. That one did not work out for us. It's funny because it came down, barely stopping us out, then took back off in the direction we wanted it to go in. Now we get a short signal right here. Price action really hasn't moved much, so not much going on with price action. Of course, price action is going to move, so that's not to say that nothing is going to happen with price action. Keep that in mind, where there's just no real clear kind of conditions that have set up to give us a really good idea as to what way price action is going to move. There we go. We've come down to this area again. Seems like price keeps bouncing right here in this area. It is possible that we'll get another bounce off of this. It's definitely having a reaction to it, stalled out right there. Kind of early to tell. Broke down below it, which they will sometimes do. Drop below it for just a moment, pull in some orders, trap traders, and then they start to push it in the opposite direction. And so you have kind of a channel trading situation right here. Then they open up the range some. And we've picked up a buy signal right there, right as price breaks back up above this line. Let's play it out. Let's see what happens. A lot of whipsaw right there. I do believe that we got stopped out when this pushed down here. We did. Would have gotten us to take profit, but timing was just barely off. There we go. And then we get a strong push to the downside here. Looks like that may have already even gotten us to take profit. It did. There we go. So that's a winning trade there. Let's see what they do. They've widened it even further, so they pulled down, ran it back up for a little bit, and now they're pushing down pretty hard again. I don't know if they're trying to run it back to the upside or if they're going to continue to push it downward. Let's kind of keep an eye on it here. Downward it looks like. It's really stalled out at this point. And so it really looks like now they're just accumulating right here. Let's go ahead and mark out these areas here. That was not a good trade there. Good short trade here. Oops, hold on. There we go. Get it on the right bar. That one would have worked out for us, and then we get a long trade right there. Really looks like they're accumulating right here, picking up orders, attempting to push it up and higher. There's been a lot of movement to the downside. Lots and lots and lots, down, down, down. And so it's definitely got to be a relief point coming up. So let's go ahead and play it forward. Again, we got our long signal right there. They just keep stair-stepping it down ever so slowly. Ooh, that was a big bar right there. They're just not willing to let this thing go up. Let's see what they do now. I mean, it really shows signs of weakening. I know I said that back here, but they just keep really trying. It is pushed down for a long time at this point. That is a long trade down. So let's play it forward here and see what it does. See if we can finally get a push to the upside. This thing has just been hammering us on price action setups here. Every time it looks like a setup is occurring, it does not seem to follow through. And that is why it is never a good idea to trade with price action and only price action. You definitely want to have other things that are confirming the potential trade setups. And now price action is just riding sideways, not doing really anything. So trade there, that one didn't work out for us. There's one there, that one worked out for us. And finally, price action is starting to creep its way up. Took it long enough. Now it's come up, it has ran into this area right here where it's bounced many times back here. And so it is a safe assumption that there's going to be some kind of reaction to this point. And you can even see that there is a reaction taking place. Now, what exactly it's going to do, we're not really sure yet. Let's play it out a little bit. I would say a short is possible at this point, pushed way up really fast without a lot of pullback. And then it's starting to roll over right at this point right here, which has been a significant point of support and resistance. And we even get a short signal from our indicator. And that is where price action and indicator kind of confluence works out. And that is what we ideally look for when using price action for trading. Now let's go ahead and play it forward a little bit, see what happens. Cross our fingers, maybe. And it didn't work out for us. Then we get a long signal here. That one worked out for us. Short for just a moment. Here. Then long. Let's see if we skipped years yet. Nope. Got a long right there. That did not work out for us either. All right, so there we are. That is the end of the year. Let's go ahead and get rid of these support and resistance lines. There we go. Get those out of there. Let's count them out and see what we got out of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 winning trades. And so unfortunately, that is not going to meet the 60% criteria. It was close, looked like it might have it there for a little while, but it was just ever so slightly off in some areas. And so unfortunately, this one's going to go on the no list. We'll move on to the next indicator from here.
If you have not already, like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell notification so that way you are notified anytime I post a new video. As part of the team, it's important that you are seeing the new videos as they come out so you know what it is that we are discussing and what indicators we are testing, have tested, and have not tested. Also, like usual, there is a link below in the description to the Discord server. You can join us on Discord so that way we can further discuss the indicators and have discussions as we move forward building our trading system. And lastly, like usual, there is a link below to TradingView. If you like what you see whenever I use TradingView and you are interested in signing up for TradingView, if you use the link below and sign up for a paid account, you will save a little bit of money. So, alright everybody, I will see you on the next video.